My best running moment was...
My best memory's got to be doing my first...
What's up guys, Cal McHugh here.
My favorite running memory is...
My best running memory is running...
I'm here to tell you about one of my most memorable...
When we run, we break down barriers, conquer our limits and get that little bit closer to reaching our full potential. And with this comes everlasting memories, times we look back on with pride and satisfaction. So the real question is, what's your best running memory?
Okay, we're on the mile. Come on everyone. Bucket of hands in the background, 200 metres to go. We got this, come on everybody.
My best running moment was, without a shadow of a doubt, crossing the finish line for the 2014 Great North Run. It was my first half marathon. I hadn't been running for very long. That was my first real running event, and I've always wanted to do the Great North Run, so to tick that off my running bucket list was an absolute dream.
My best memory's got to be doing my first half marathon, having finished that and realised how capable I am. You know, going through that roller coaster of emotions of can I do it, yes I can, no I can't, and actually getting across that finish line, that was the best memory for me.
What's up guys, Cal McHugh here, and my greatest achievement of the year in running was running a sub 2-hour marathon. Shout out to the FOD runner.
My favorite running memory is from the 2010 Baltimore Marathon. I was 30 years old at the time, my dad was 60, exactly twice my age, and it was both of our first marathons. We ran it together, and also at that race there is a half marathon that gets run at the same time, and for a certain period of time the courses do overlap. And my mom ran the half marathon that day, and so for a brief period of time, me, my dad, and my mom were all running shoulder to shoulder on the same course at the same time, and that is definitely my favorite running experience.
My best running memory is running up this hill to complete the last 10k in a 10k for 10 day challenge that I was doing to raise money and awareness for Alzheimer's Research UK. My family was stood about where I am now, cheering me on, and it still gives me goosebumps to this day, so yeah.
What is up guys? My best running moment so far has to be running every day for 365 days in a row, but managing to inspire over 400 local people to join me on those days, which was absolutely incredible.
I'm here to tell you about one of my most memorable running experiences. I was here recently in Dubai, had the opportunity to take my son over there, and I was supposed to run 14 miles. It was 102 degrees, but my weather app said it felt like 140. So that was one of the most grueling experiences of my life. I made it 8 miles, couldn't finish it, was out of breath, couldn't breathe, thought I was going to have a literal heat stroke. Luckily I didn't. But that was one of the most memorable experiences of my life. But the fact is I kept going until I couldn't possibly go anymore. I didn't give up. So that was one of the most memorable running experiences of my life.
To me, running is more than just personal best or race times, but about the community, the way that running makes me feel, how I can get outdoors. But my ultimate achievement has to be the London Marathon in 2014, 2017 and this year 2018, and now being able to line up on the 2019 championship start line.
Running creates memories far beyond what we could ever imagine. When you start on your running journey, you can never quite think what it's going to entail, but one thing's for sure, you'll be able to look back in years to come on some of the best experiences of your life.
Hi guys, my name's Yosef. I like running because it's relaxing and it's good for your mental health, and just enjoy it because it keeps you fit and healthy, and you can relax when you're stressed out.
I've been really lucky to run in some fantastic places around the world, like the Great Wall of China. Doing the Great Wall Marathon is absolutely one of my highlights in running, and it was an amazing experience in such a beautiful and scenic and iconic location. But it's certainly not going to be the best running moment that I've had in my whole running history. Has got to be in South Africa when I completed the ultimate human race, the Comrades Ultra Marathon, and just look at my face as I crossed the finish line. You can see how emotional I am, and my best running moment is right now.
The best moment for me as a runner has been day 105 of my marathon training, where I was able to push my body to reach the half marathon distance, which is the first time I've ever been able to do a run of that length or that distance before in my life. And so I was exceptionally proud of that achievement, and it's all down to this will to get a little bit better every single day. However, bigger than that is actually realising and discovering that there's a community of runners worldwide that share the same love and passion, and through this sport, through this hobby, you're able to connect with so many different people, and that alone has been the greatest benefit I've found from running.
For me, my favourite running moment is the very moment that I'm in, and right now I am here at the Vatican enjoying a fabulous run. This is my favourite running moment. This moment right here, right now, is amazing, and wherever I'm going to be running tomorrow, that'll be my favourite moment, because when I'm running, I'm loving every moment.
My best running moment's got to be the 2018 Virgin Money London Marathon, I think it's called nowadays. This year was probably the hardest London Marathon for a long time. We was basically training through the winter in the beasts of the east and snow and wind and wet, and then we hit April and it was like the hottest London Marathon ever. It was 27 or 28 degrees in some parts, and it was hell. But to complete that in those conditions, it's definitely my best running moment so far.
My best running memory was crossing the finish line at the London Marathon, knowing that I put all that training, all that effort into the race, nearly executing a perfect race plan, and I cried like a little girl. Oh, and meeting Andy as well. I guess we could put that in the highlights reel.
My best moment ever running would have to have been when I finished my very first ultramarathon, which was a 50K, and I actually finished it in under 7 hours, which was quite a bit under 7 hours. It was about 6 hours and 15 minutes. I've been trying to beat it ever since, but that was definitely my best Yahoo moment for sure.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Brzezinski, and my favorite running memory was breaking 5 in the mile. That was a huge accomplishment for me. I worked all seasons for it, and the adrenaline while running it was something I've never felt before, and a moment I'll always remember.
My best running memory is when me and my friend Jonah went out to run a marathon. Neither of us ever done it before, and we only got to mile 20. It was really fun overall. We ran the entire thing around a track, and got kind of repetitive after a while, but it was really fun because about mile 16 we just started singing Country Roads as loud as we could, and it was just my favorite thing ever.
Often people overlook when they have good and bad days what the everlasting impact each run makes on them. It builds character, strength and determination to do better, to be better, and most importantly of all, to be proud of where they've come from.
My favourite running memory is running sub 3 hours in the marathon to qualify for Boston and London. Specifically, the best moment of the race was turning the last corner, heading down the last 100 metres. First seeing the clock, knowing that I was going to go under 3 hours.
So my most treasured running moment is going to have to be when I participated in my first local obstacle course race. It was one of the first 5Ks that I did, and it got the bug back into me to participate in other races like that. So I've been going for 5 and 10Ks ever since, and that was, I want to say, 4 years ago.
My best running moment has to be completing my first marathon earlier this year. It was the toughest experience I've ever had as a runner. It pushed me to the limit, and I went through every emotion during it. But the sense of achievement afterwards was fantastic, and the memory will live on forever.
One of my best running memories is I hadn't ran for about 4 months due to an Achilles tendon injury. The first run back felt amazing after a long time of not running.
Hello, my name is Derek Tipner, and that's my YouTube channel name. So 16 years ago I had my worst running moment when I ran a 4-hour marathon in 4 hours and 33 minutes. Well, fast forward to today, 16 years later, and I'm in week 11 of the Hanson Training Marathon Method, and I feel fantastic. And the marathon is October 7th. So Andy, I'm really sorry I can't give you my best running moment right now, but I sure hope it's going to happen October 7th, and I'm going to meet that goal.
So after I got out of the military, I basically went into a depressive state and used alcohol to cope with life. My best running memory or moment would be when I realized that running saved me. I'm way happier now, and I don't need alcohol to cope.
Hi, my best running moment was when I broke 30 minutes for the 5k distance for the first time. It was a goal that I'd set myself when I first started taking up running again, after a very long break, and I've been doing it for about 6 months and getting fairly near, and then one day at Park Run I managed to go one better and get sub 29.
My best running moment was my first 10 kilometers run at an international event after coming back through a major knee injury.